We've spoken at length about social media opportunities, challenges, best practices. Today, I'm going to talk about deciding when it's time to give up on a social media channel. Deciding when to discontinue or reduce efforts on a channel is really a strategic decision that requires very careful consideration. So what are some indicators that suggest it's time to reevaluate or potentially give up on a platform? Let's dive in. Let's start with indicators inside of your organization. If you have a shift in your organization's guiding principles, like your mission, vision, goals, or strategic priorities, that's a good time to do a quick audit and ensure that your social media efforts align with these changes. You might want to reconsider platforms that no longer support your new organizational objectives. In the same vein, if your target audience is no longer active on a particular social media platform, or if your organization has shifted its focus to a different demographic, it might also be time to reconsider the relevance of that particular channel. This next factor we've spoken about at length, but that's because it's a very big consideration in most nonprofit organizations. Yep, I'm talking about lack of resources for producing quality content. Maintaining a consistent and high-quality presence on multiple social media channels can definitely be resource-intensive. If you're unable to create quality content for a particular platform, consider focusing on channels where you can deliver impactful content consistently. You might also want to look at your resource allocation versus return calculation here. Evaluate the resources, time, personnel, budget, invested in managing a specific social media channel versus the return on investment you're seeing from it. If the effort outweighs the benefits, reconsider your strategy. Additionally, if you're seeing a trend of there being negative impact on your brand image, like if a channel becomes a source of negative comments, controversy, or damage to your brand, it may be necessary to reassess your presence on that platform. We all know that things aren't all sunshine and roses online. There are plenty of legitimate negative reviews and also plenty of keyboard warriors who want to vent or damage someone's reputation. You have to determine if this is a passing phase, something that's happening in a volume you can manage, or if the platform has sort of gone off the rails and your community is more heavily negative than positive. If you're just generating ill will, it's probably time to talk about whether it's worth continuing to invest in. On the platform side, if you have privacy and compliance concerns that are difficult to address, it may be wise to reconsider participation purely to avoid legal or ethical issues. Definitely something worth discussing with your advisors on your team, particularly HR and legal. Performance-wise, if you're seeing consistently poor performance, where a channel is regularly underperforming despite your best efforts to improve it, it may be an indication that the platform is just not the right fit for your audience or your organizational goals. And remember, as social media platforms evolve and changes in algorithms or features impact your organization's visibility, that can negatively affect your engagement and reach. So if you don't have the resources to keep up with that, you may want to reassess the value of continuing in that space. In the same way, if your profile is consistently showing low engagement and your content struggles to reach a significant portion of your audience, it may be worth reassessing the platform's effectiveness for the resources you have to invest to be there. Keep in mind that you don't have to be everywhere, just where your audience is. If your organization experiences a lack of interaction or meaningful engagement with your audience on a specific platform, it may be a sign that your message is not resonating or that the platform isn't the best fit for your content. Before deciding to give up on a social media channel, it's definitely worthwhile to conduct a thorough review, gather data on your performance metrics, and seek input from your target audience. Additionally, consider reallocating resources to channels that are delivering better results that align more closely with your organization's overall strategy. Regularly reassessing your social media ensures that your efforts remain effective and aligned with your organizational objectives.